Back in the 19th century, the French women in Paris were famed throughout the globe for their amazing skin. However, as industrialization occurred, the water became not so great. It led to impurities, the skin suffered, and it became dull. Out of this mess came micellar water, the greatest invention for skincare, possibly of all time. And I'm here today, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to you about the great invention that is micellar water. Hello, hope you enjoyed my snazzy intro there. Welcome to my new series, Dr Debunks. In this series, we're going to be talking about beauty myths and misconceptions and exploring whether or not things are always what they seem. If you don't know, my name's Dr Sarah Tonks. I work in medical aesthetics and I'm a genuine bona fide doctor. You'll find me on the medical register should you wish to do so. I also have a diploma in cosmetic science from the Society of Cosmetic Scientists and one in dermatology as well. So I guess you could say that most of the time I know what I'm talking about, usually. Micellar water is basically micelles, which are, this is a bit sciencey, so sorry. It's something which has got a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail, which kind of aggregate round in like a globule like this. So they'll have all their hydrophobic tails pointing inwards and all the hydrophilic heads around the outside. We will do a graphic about this because it's a little bit complicated, but they basically look like these little spheres. And these micelles, they act as surfactants. Surfactants are things which lower the surface tension between two surfaces, which means that you need to use less energy basically to transfer something from one place to another. Let's not get too technical with the micellar water, but that's essentially what they do. And it's a mixture of oil in water. Now, normally, if you traditionally try to mix those two things together, they'll end up separating. So you'll have your oil at the top and then your water at the bottom. But these micelles, with the fancy way that they have the bit that loves oil in the center and the bit that loves water around the outside, means that they can cohabit and exist peacefully together for the benefit of your skincare. First thing, is micellar water good or bad for your skin? I think, speaking very, very generally, it's good for your skin, and here's why. So if we're using products which contain a lot of alcohol, or we're destroying our skin's barrier function by using a lot of water and maybe soap, for example. If you're someone like me who used to have acne, or sometimes I get dermatitis, so I do suffer with perioral dermatitis. When you use something like a micellar water, because you're not having these negative impacts on the barrier function, I found that I've had a lot fewer flare-ups. So from that point of view, I think definitely good. From a practical point of view, with micellar water, you have to put it onto a cotton pad. So it is a bit of a pain if you're traveling and maybe you're one of these people who likes to just use wipes and go, because with this you'll need to take separate pads with you. I have tried it with tissue. It doesn't seem to work as well. All the tissue kind of gets pilled up and bunched up, and it kind of just destroys the whole sheet. So it really does have to be a cotton wool pad. Do you have to wash your face after you've used micellar water? Well, I think the jury is definitely still out on this one. I think it depends on how sensitive you are to the surfactants inside the micellar water. So if you're somebody who gets very irritated skin extremely easily, you may actually still need to rinse off the micellar water once you've applied it on the cotton pad. But let me tell you this, it's really, really cool to use. So you just get yourself a cotton pad, you whack that micellar water on, and even if you've got makeup on, it will take that right off. It's amazing. So maybe you're traveling, you're going to a festival or something, there isn't enough water around for you to actually wash properly. This could be the solution for you. Makeup wise, if you've got a lot of heavy eye makeup on, or you're wearing waterproof makeup, it's probably not going to come off with micellar water. So you'll probably still have to use a separate makeup remover for those two places. But everything else, foundation, just comes straight off. Can you use micellar water as a toner? Great question, Sarah. Let me answer that for you. So I would say, depends what you like to have in your toner. So I like to have an acid toner. I've just started using the Pixie Glow Tonic, which I am loving right now. So I wouldn't want to replace my toner with a micellar water. I see it more of something that helps you take your makeup off, or something that you use when you don't have access to water, or maybe you're not wearing makeup at all and you just want to very quickly clean your face before you then put makeup on. You can also use them to touch up small areas of makeup. So you can just put a little bit on a cotton bud if you've got a tiny bit of eye makeup that's out of place and you just want to correct that. So it's really, really good for that. But because it doesn't contain the acids that I like to see in a toner, I would have to say no. Unless you've got a good reason not to be using acids. So say you've got eczema or psoriasis, or they just don't agree with your skin, in which case the answer may be yes. But I'm oily / combination, so you have to do what's right for you. Which micellar water do I like to use? I know that's what you're all thinking. Well, Bioderma, the Old Faithful with the pink cap. This one is probably the one which is the most widely used. It's the most talked about online. A lot of makeup artists talk about this as well because it's easy for them to change their clients' makeup between shoots. Don't be confused between this one and the Garnier version, which also has a pink top, which has got very, very different ingredients. And I haven't actually tried the Garnier version myself yet, but I am told that it's very irritating. So I would definitely go with the Bioderma. Next up, this one I'm trying at the moment. It's Aven. Now, as you've probably seen, my French is not great. So, Eau Micellar. That's French for micellar water. This one is good if you have got an oily skin type, as it has something in which regulates sebum production. I found myself, out of the two, I preferred the classic Bioderma. I do think this one might be a little bit too stripping for most people, which then can lead to overproduction of sebum. Another good one would be the Simple Micellar Water, if you guys have heard of that one. We've got a premium product here now, which is the RHA Micellar Solution from Teoxane. Now, if you didn't know, Teoxane are a company who also produce dermal fillers, so they make a hyaluronic acid dermal filler called Teosal. And one of their ranges is called RHA, an injectable dermal filler. And this micellar solution actually contains the same hyaluronic acid as is in their filler. So it's the same, but obviously it's not in a syringe and you can't inject it into your face. It's just kind of free in the liquid. And the idea behind that is that it stops it from dehydrating and drying your skin out too much. I do use this in the clinic sometimes as a prep. So if somebody comes in with quite a lot of makeup on, obviously we have to take that off first for infection control reasons. So I'll take it off with Johnson baby wipe first, and then use a bit of this afterwards to really make sure that the skin's very clean, and then I'll do the surgical prep afterwards. So I do really like this. I think it's a really good product, but it is quite pricey. I think if you're looking for something that's kind of sitting in the middle of the road, I'd definitely go with the Bioderma. So to sum up, is micellar water worth the hype? I've got to tell you, yes, it definitely is worth the hype. From my perspective, it's definitely changed how I clean my skin at the end of the day, how I take my makeup off. But you do have to make sure that you get the right one for you. I think if you're just entering the market now and you're just looking for an all-rounder, I'd probably go with the Bioderma. Sorry if that's a bit boring, but it's a good price point. It does what it says on the tin, and it's my pick of the day. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Join me again next week where I'm going to be talking about sheet masks. Are they worth the hype? If you've tried any micellar water, or if there's something that you're dying to get off your chest about it, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Back in 19th century France, there was an invention, micellar water. You see, the French women, they didn't like the water in that area. It was very dry, made their skin not as French, made their skin not